I'm here today with Adam Lieberman from Finastra. Adam, how are you? So nice
Great,
to
Chris.
see you.
Great to see you.
Please tell us a little bit about Finastra and yourself.
Definitely. So my name is Adam Lieberman. I'm the Chief AI Officer of Finastra. At Finastra, we're a global software provider across the payments, lending, treasury and capital markets, and universal banking space.
Great. So AI is what a challenging topic right now. I mean, we're I believe at the infancy of that. There's so much we don't even know what will happen. What is happening at Finastra?
Yeah, definitely, Chris. So I'll definitely say we are in the golden age of artificial intelligence right now. There's so much excitement, with traditional machine learning, but also, the emerging wave of generative AI.
Well, and I'm glad that you mentioned that, because one of the things I was curious about is on generative AI. What direction is Finastra taking that, and how can you help financial institutions?
Yeah, definitely. I would say, we're fully embracing the impact generative AI is having across our industry. We've taken a stance to divide it up across three streams. We have our enterprise, we have our developer, and then we have our client. So from an enterprise standpoint, it's empowering our organization with the generative AI tools to increase their productivity and enjoyment in the workplace. So things like co-pilots to help us with emails, strategy work, accessing information. From a developer standpoint, all the tooling to supercharge our developers, allow them to write code faster, doing autocompletes, unit testing, documentation. And then from a client standpoint, we've rolled out our infrastructure to enable not only prototyping, but the full grade production modeling to bring generative AI into our solutions.
I tell you, what caught my interest there is, we're here at Sibos, right? So you think right away, companies like yourself helping the financial institutions and the banks, and there's many of them here. But what you spoke about is that you also have the initiative internally at Finastra to improve internal processes.
Exactly.
So you're not only a provider of the AI services, but you're also a user.
Exactly. We can leverage generative AI internally, to supercharge all the internal operations that we have, but also bring that same great functionality to our clients, to help them when they're using our solutions.
So you mentioned a number of things that internally you're doing. Talk to me a little bit about what Finastra is doing on the AI side for the financial institutions.
Yeah, definitely. So we have, speaking in traditional machine learning, we have solutions like churn models, your traditional product recommendation models that we brought into our products. From a generative AI standpoint, one great solution we have is called autocompose within some of our lending products. So it's the ability to take data, summarize it that brokers are collecting and passing it on to lenders. We have solutions that are using generative AI capabilities to summarize email chains within the product. So we're seeing a lot of activity across the business.
You mentioned lending, which of course is so critical for the banks. It's one of their main sources of income. And Finastra's history in lending is quite extensive. I mean, I can go back into the 90s, maybe even before. The product I remember was Loan IQ.
Oh yeah.
Right, which was, I would say, a dominant product in the market.
Definitely.
Are you enhancing your existing products?
Definitely. One of the big areas of focus for us is around kind of that first level of support. So us having the ability to take these financial software products, having all of this documentation, user guides, onboarding information, historical support tickets, and actually creating these systems where you can come in, query this information. So you don't need to send emails. You don't have to manually go look through user guides. If you want that support and training, you'll be able to use it directly, through a chatbot-like interface.
Okay, so I think that could be a big benefit for the financial institutions. But in my experience in this industry, we always have a thing that we say about the banks, which is every bank wants the latest and greatest second. So how is progress going? Because the mentality of the banks is really not to do something new, and this is
definitely
new.
I think it's really interesting because we are seeing a lot of excitement. We are having a lot of clients ask us, what are you doing with artificial intelligence? When is generative AI coming in? So I think for the first time, we're really seeing a lot of excitement, and more so, seeing ask for the technology, opposed to wanting to sit on the sidelines and see what's coming.
Right, and I'm sure you've seen it. The banks are always interested, right? And they always want to hear, but it's that next step of saying, okay, we're ready to start looking at this. We're ready to do it. And it sounds like you're reaching that step. You can talk to me maybe a little bit about some of the products that have had some impact in the market.
Yeah, definitely. So I would say, one of our products, Logix Expert Pro, has had some great impact with generative AI. They actually have 5 different feature enhancements that have been put into the product. So they're seeing users starting to love and use these features and ask for more.
So for the financial institutions, it sounds like, of course, this is a big benefit to them internally with their staff. Are they able to move this and help their bank clients?
Definitely, I think that's one of the great benefits of generative AI. Is you have the ability to have these multi-purpose systems, to solve kind of all your internal operations. You can do things like summarization, sentiment analysis. You can analyze data. It's a really, I would say, versatile technology, to help our clients.
So we can expect then in the future from Finastra working with the banks that life will be easier for the regular bank client, whether it's corporate or personal.
Definitely, we're seeing the impact that it's bringing to our clients, and we're strong proponents of it, and definitely want to keep pushing generative AI across our portfolio.
Adam, is there anything else that maybe I'm missing that you would like to talk about?
I would say, one of the big areas of focus that we're seeing is around data analysis. Looking across our suite of financial products, there's amazing data that we're collecting, that we want to be able to tap into and analyze. If we think about kind of the traditional data analysis process, we have users that are working in Excel, creating pivot tables. We have some that are using third-party tooling like a Power BI or a Tableau. But then also, you have users who are writing, software, writing code to actually analyze data. One of the big areas of opportunity that we're seeing across finance is, the mass amount of tabular data that we have, and for us to be able to just have conversations with data in natural language.
Well, it's quite interesting to me because knowing Finastra for so many years, you guys have products that touch almost every area of the bank. So when you talk about the amount of data, I mean, you guys are likely way ahead of everybody just because of the reach you already have into the banks. So are you able to start leveraging across products?
Exactly, and that's kind of the eventual goal. We have all this data in these different domains. Some of it is interconnected, but for us to have centralized sources of information where we can come in and just start asking questions.
Okay, really interesting. So, Adam, with all of this, I'd like to give you the big question now, which is, give us a little bit about your own view. You have a lot of experience in the market. You're leading a big organization into a new area. What's your own view of the future that we can expect in AI?
Definitely. One of the things I'm most excited about is the concept of multimodality. We've been interfacing with some of these large language models primarily through text. You go to these solutions, you're asking your questions, and text is coming out. We're starting to see the expansion of them across different domains like images and audio. So having the ability to to ingest these different sources of information, but also access these systems more through voice, I think is going to be very interesting throughout kind of the financial services industry.
I'd tell you, very interesting. I'm so glad that we had some time together.
Definitely.
Really best of success here at Sibos, and with the range of products that Finastra has, it's quite a challenge in trying to pull them all together with this new and bright technology that we have. So thank you very much. I'm Chris Principe, Financial IT. Have a good day.